You've got this notebook crammed with brilliant ideas, a vision board pinned up with all these big dreams and plans. In the shower, on your commute, lying in bed at 2 a.m., your brain is out here launching full empires, writing best-selling books, starting viral channels. In your head, it's already done. It's perfect, a masterpiece. But then you look around, and nothing's actually happening. The page stays blank, the file's still empty. Those running shoes are just collecting dust in the corner. You're not building anything. You're just thinking about building it. And that difference is massive. You're standing at the starting line, feet glued to the ground like they're made of cement, while other people are already miles ahead. You watch folks with way less talent crushing it, people with half your smarts living the exact life you daydream about. And it hurts. It really stings. Because deep down, you know, if you actually started, you could do it better. But that little word "if" has gotten really heavy. It's the gap between who you are right now and who you want to become. Here's the thing. This isn't because you're lazy or incapable. You're probably really sharp, creative. You can spot every potential problem before you even begin. And honestly, that's the trap smart, imaginative people fall into the most. Your brain isn't broken. It's just wired to keep you safe. It hates uncertainty. The second you start something real, it leaves the cozy fantasy world where everything is flawless and enters messy reality, where first tries suck, where you might look stupid, where failure is possible. So your mind slams on the brakes to protect your ego. You get that initial spark of an idea and it feels electric. Dopamine rush. You tell yourself, okay, I need to research this properly first. So you dive in. Tutorials, reviews, buying gear, comparing apps for weeks. It feels productive. It feels like progress. But it's not. It's just fancy procrastination dressed up as preparation. You convince yourself the perfect setup will make it easy. The right notebook, the ideal desk chair, the ultimate software stack. But those are just more shields against actually doing the scary part, being bad at something new. Monday rolls around and you're pumped. This is the week. You make lists, organize folders, color code your schedule. By the time you're ready, you're already mentally exhausted. So you think, I deserve a quick break. Open your phone for just 5 minutes and the day disappears. Guilt creeps in at sunset. The project is still at zero. You spent all your energy building the perfect starting line instead of running the race. This cycle is brutal. Every time you break a promise to yourself, your self-trust takes another hit. Your confidence erodes. You start believing you're the kind of person who never follows through. In your imagination, the idea stays perfect. No criticism, no flops, no flaws. But the moment you create something real, it's imperfect, ugly even, and your high standards turn into a prison. You'd rather stay the secret genius than risk being seen as a clumsy beginner. Better to look lazy than untalented, right? That's the potential trap. As long as you never try, you can tell yourself you have unlimited potential. You could be amazing. Someday. It protects you. But if you try and fall short, that fantasy shatters. So your brain invents excuses. Wrong timing. Not enough money. Market's too saturated. I'm too tired today. All lies to keep you comfortable. You feel it physically. That chest tightness when you open your laptop, the sudden urge to reorganize your closet instead of writing, the instant sleepiness the second you try to focus. That's your nervous system hitting freeze mode because it thinks creating is a threat to who you think you are. The truth? There is no perfect moment, no magical alignment of stars, no day when the fear magically vanishes while you're still sitting still. Fear only fades when you move. Action doesn't wait for confidence. Confidence comes from action. Starting is the hardest part. It takes way more energy to get a heavy object moving than to keep it going. Expect it to feel brutal. When you accept that the first push is supposed to suck, you stop asking what's wrong with me and just push. We give up so fast because we stare at the finish line while we're still tying our shoes. You're already worrying about scaling a business that doesn't exist yet, about critics reviewing a book you haven't written. That's future tripping to avoid the uncomfortable now. So shrink everything.
Stop staring at the whole mountain. Just look at your next step. One tiny move. Lower the bar ridiculously low. Don't aim to write a chapter. Commit to one single sentence. Don't plan a 5-mile run. Just put on the shoes and walk to the door. Make it so small your brain can't object. Sneak past the resistance. Once you're moving, momentum builds on its own. Think about the alternative. What happens if you keep waiting? 5 years from now, same room, same frustrations, just older and more disappointed. That regret lasts way longer than any temporary embarrassment from failing. Give yourself full permission to make a terrible first version. Demand it. Be intentionally bad at first. Remove the pressure to be brilliant and the paralysis disappears. You can fix messy. You can't fix nothing. Change your environment too. Don't sit in the same spot where you doom scroll. Go somewhere new, a cafe, the library, even the floor. Make distractions harder. Phone in another room, apps deleted. Create a tiny ritual that screams work time now, a specific playlist, a cup of tea, 3 deep breaths. Most people aren't watching anyway. They're too busy with their own mess to judge yours. And the ones who do criticize, usually projecting their own fears. Stop worshiping your potential. Potential isn't a trophy. The world doesn't pay for what you could do, it pays for what you actually ship. Someone out there right now with less skill, less brains, is winning simply because they started. They tolerated looking dumb. They didn't wait to feel ready, they just moved. Kill that inner critic watching and judging every move. Become the person doing the thing instead. Your worth isn't tied to how good your first attempt is. Focus on motion, not perfection. On the next 2 minutes, not the next 2 years. Pick that one thing you've been avoiding, the one that keeps nagging at you. Set a timer for 2 minutes and just start. Write one line. Open the dock. Lace up the shoes. Once you begin, the fog starts to lift. The fantasy dies, but real life steps in. And that's where the good stuff actually happens. You don't need more hacks or more research. You've got enough info, enough talent. The only missing piece is starting. So do it. Do it messy. Do it afraid. Do it right now. This moment. This breath. This choice. Safe daydreams or real life? The race is already going. Clock's ticking. What are you waiting for?